Most small and mid-sized agencies are missing out on scalable systems, even the ones that are growing. According to McKinsey, 78% of companies that reach product market fit still fail to scale, mostly due to operations and systems issues. And while that stat isn't necessarily agency specific, it definitely tracks because most agencies don't stall from lack of sales, they stall because the backend operations break. Hey, I'm Carla Berger. I'm a former COO turned operations consultant for growing agencies and service businesses. If you're an agency owner scaling without structure and it feels like your business would collapse if you stepped away, you are in the right place. Today, I'm walking you through the framework I use to help agency owners build a business that can actually scale without causing any chaos along the way. So let's talk about why I created the structure to scale framework. It's because I kept seeing the same thing over and over again. Smart, driven agency owners growing fast, but behind the scenes was total chaos. Delivery lived in their head, client onboarding was completely inconsistent, and team members weren't clear on who owned what. And every week was just a new fire drill. I saw this firsthand as a COO of a marketing agency. We scaled to 7 figures, but we had to fix operations fast or risk burning everything down. And I didn't build this framework in a vacuum. I built it in real time under real pressure, and I refined it working with clients across dozens of different industries. It's not like a fancy acronym or feel-good productivity system. It's actually a structure that helps you get clear on what you're building, build systems that don't rely just on your memory, and actually scale sustainably without breaking yourself or your team. Structure to scale has 3 phases. First, we have strategize, where you get clear on what you're building and why. The second is where you install the back end system so the business stops living in your head. And the third is optimize, where you refine what's working so it runs profitably and sustainably. Most business owners get stuck because they try to skip straight to delegation or hiring without ever doing a strategy or building systems that support scale. So let me walk you through what each phase looks like. Phase 1 is strategize. This is the zoom out phase, and it's probably the one most agency owners skip. They're reacting, chasing revenues, bidding up new offers, guessing their next hire, but they have no real clarity on what they're actually building. So in this phase, we shift from reaction to clear direction. We get really honest about where the business is in the growth journey and stop solving problems that don't exist yet. We define your big business vision so every decision you make aligns with the life and business you actually want, not just what looks good on paper. And then we create a strategic plan that's grounded, realistic, and built for 90-day execution, not built for your hopes and dreams. The strategize phase gets you out of the weeds and into the driver's seat. Phase 2 is systemize. So this is where the business gets its infrastructure. You're no longer making decisions from scratch. You're building systems that make results repeatable. Most agency owners hit a wall here because they've never learned how to actually operationalize their business. Systemizing does not mean automating everything with Zapier. It means documenting your processes, assigning ownership, and using tools that keep your team aligned and that keep your clients happy. So we focus on 6 areas, what I call the business ecosystem. It's leadership, finance, it's clients, it's offers, it's marketing, and it's sales. These do not stand alone. They all overlap. And we build systems that connect all of them. So think about it this way. If your offer isn't clearly scoped, your delivery is going to break. If your finances aren't tracked, you can't price confidently. And if your leadership is unclear, the team drops the ball. Systemizing is about turning all of that chaos into clarity. You get your time back, your team gets direction, and your clients feel the difference immediately. Now, phase 3 is optimize. Once things are running, we shift from building to refining. So this is where we implement the optimization loop: build, test, and refine. So you look at what's working, track what's not, and start tightening things up, like profit margin, or your delivery timelines, team communication, client experience, even your own CEO time. One of my clients implemented all her systems, and now she spends 90% of her week refining what works, not reinventing things every time a new project kicks off. Another client was able to cut fulfillment costs by 40% just by optimizing those handoffs, timelines, and scope. So this is a phase where you stop hustling for every dollar and you start stacking intentional, sustainable growth. Structure to scale is not about perfection. It's about building a business that actually works, not one that depends on you remembering everything, and not one that breaks every time you grow. It's really how you scale with intention and actually start acting like a CEO. So if you're scaling without structure, let me help you fix it. Book a free strategy call and we'll figure out which phase you're in and what's breaking. Or grab my free Scalability Scorecard to self-assess your backend operation. Both links are in the description. And make sure to subscribe because in the next episode, I'm walking you through the first phase, Strategize. I'll see you there.